Hello everybody, PsyStarcraft here with a Zerg versus Protoss. I know my last two games were wins, and the reason I haven't been posting my losses is because I think I want to be the vilePsY has been corrupting me, because every time I lose, I BM the shit out of my opponent, man. It doesn't matter if they said anything to me. It doesn't matter if they played a completely straight up game. I am such an asshole. I have become completely jaded because of StarCraft 2, playing Zerg 1, and also playing I want to be the vilePsY 2, so if I do post some losses, this is a possible loss. I'm not going to give anything away. Please don't tear into me for being BM and saying I'm ruining the StarCraft community and stuff like that. I understand that StarCraft is generally a very healthy community as far as BM goes. You know, there's a lot of GGs at the end of the game, especially in tournaments and stuff like that, but that's never really been who I am, and vilePsY's bringing out the nastiness in me, so let it be known, as I continue to post games, I like to vary it and post losses as well. So please don't get mad if I rage at my losses. That's all I can ask. I mean, you can get mad, but don't give me the thumbs down, because that actually affects me. That affects my livelihood, okay? So anyway, we have vilePsY, myself on the top right as the green Zerg. In the bottom left is Kuja. Now, Kuja is a Masters player, and he's also one of my fans. He actually just messaged me one day, and he's like, hey, you want to play? I responded, but he wasn't around, so I told him, you know what, next time I'm on Battle.net, just give me a message, shoot me a message, and I'll play you. And, you know, I do that shit all the time, so if you guys ever want to play me, and you are high level, I will play you. I tend to kind of stay away from Diamond, Platinum players, so if you're a Master player and you want to play me, just give me a message. I'll play you. I mean, I think it's fun. The most fun you can have in StarCraft without taking off your clothes is playing a custom match, just a 1v1. It's a lot of fun. You'll find me in the OBS map of the day a lot of times because of that. So anyway, my opponent, he actually has run away with that probe, and he allows me to get this hatchery off. Now, I actually asked him about this, and I think you'll actually see that. It's because he's going 17 next to 17 forge. Now, my issue with this is there's no way he's going to have a cannon out before my lings get there, and you can see I'm making 2 lings. Now, if I knew exactly what a 17-17 was, as you can see here, I would have made, you know, 4 to 6 lings and got them all by, because he hasn't even started a cannon yet. So, kind of an unusual build. I guess it's kind of cheating since he did tell me about it. I might not send my lings to his base or make more than 2 lings otherwise, which is all I make anyway, so kind of strange. But yeah, 17-17, he's going to have some crazy economy going on. His cannon just now coming up. He actually made a gateway before a cannon, so these 2 lings are definitely going to get in. I don't think he's going to bother walling off against just 2 little tiny lings, so I'm not really worried about not being able to get in. Going to get some scouting information, stay in there, maybe kill a probe or 2. And here they come. Oh, I should be attacking that probe. That probe is on attack command. I'm going to turn around and take it out, so down goes 1 probe. Meanwhile, it looks like I want to take my 3rd base. You want to take your 3rd base around 26 supply in a ZVP when you know your opponent is fast expanding. And wow, that transfer is actually way too big. What am I thinking? 2nd queen is out. Going to be preparing my 3rd queen soon enough. And another probe going down. Going to run my lings away. Now my lings kind of go crazy here. I have to macro quite a bit. And see, this guy's just like running in on his own. I don't even know what the deal is with that guy. But I have killed 2 workers, so that's always good. Pink and green, very nice colors. I like the choices there. And whatever helps, you know, especially if it slows down some gateway timings, blink soccer timings, Stargate timings. Killing probes is so much more effective than killing SCVs, just because Terran have mules and a lot of times they're oversaturated anyway. He's actually got 4 workers on that gas, so that's not a good thing. Maybe I can stop his mining a little bit, getting some distraction off. 2 workers killed still. 3rd base is coming up, and you want to get your 1st and 2nd gas around 45. You're going to get them both at the same time, and you're just going to be droning up for now. Just massive drones. You can see it's 36 to 31. Should be 36 to 33, but I am so good at killing drones. This thing's just going to run around forever. Or he's going to get chopped up by the Zealot, one of the 2. 3rd queen is on the way, a couple overlords being spawned, and I actually supply cap myself pretty hard right here. You can see there's 2 overlords. Just whenever you build like drones, like bulk drones or bulk units or anything, just make sure to include an overlord with it. I know I say that a lot and I like never follow it, but it's actually a good rule to follow. Sling's still just kind of running around. Looks like he's going to be running through these probes. He's not going to choose to attack it because it doesn't really have anywhere to go. He's going to be turning around, getting chopped up by that Zealot. And, you know, I still can't decide, do I want 3 queens and then skip and inject and throw down a couple tumors? Or do I want to get 4 queens and use 1 queen as my dedicated tumor layer? And I think I'm leaning towards 4 queens. It does take away from 3 drones early in the early game, but I think the creep spread is way more important. Man, my computer is just running like shit lately. I think I need to clean it out. It's terrible. Roach Warren coming around 54 supply. You can't see I've droned up a little bit after that, so I'm now at 62. And once again, supply capping myself just a little bit. Now, this Roach Warren, you're not necessarily going to need this to make tons of roaches right off the bat. It's really just a safeguard against you know, 5 zealot attacks. You know, some people just like stick a pylon right here, warp in like 5 zealots, bust these down, or just walk around and go for your third. Looks like I was able to take down a single zealot there with ease. Which one of you lucky zerglings got the kill? Oh, you did. Yeah, you would be the one that got the kill, fucking leading the pack. Oh wait, sort of leading the pack. He's the second guy. He's a smart guy. He knows the first one just gets instantly butchered, so he's going to go behind him. Lair coming up around 66 supply, as well as something else. 2 more gases. Yeah, 2 more gases and a lair coming up. So now I'm running off 3 base comfortably, and you can see the Protoss timings. He's not really ready to do anything yet. He's just now getting his gateways. There'll be warp gates soon here, but he's not really opposed to attack, so you don't have to really make any units until you're around 70 or so supply, depending on the build and depending on you know, how good your opponent is, I suppose, as far as timings go. But sitting pretty comfortably. It'd be nice to get a Zergling into the 3rd base to see when he takes that. And this Overlord is positioned to become an Overseer once the lair finishes. You can see +1 attack on the way. And, you know, I still haven't decided, like, what order my upgrades should go in either. I kind of forget what Stefano does. Burrow on the way and Roach Speed on the way. Now, the reason for Roach Speed is obvious. Your roaches enjoy it. And the reason for Burrow is because it really stops a lot of non-observer timing attacks, which come a lot earlier than observer timing attacks. You can see he doesn't have an observer right now, but he doesn't really have a lot of a gateway force. And that's kind of because he is going the Robo Bay route, and he's got a couple Immortals out. Now, those are going to be dangerous against roaches, but it actually gives the Zerg a little bit more time to, you know, respond to that, to get Burrow, to get roaches, infestation pit, whatever. But you can see an infestation pit on the way. And, you know, my saturation is actually looking really good. 73 to 57. Looks like he wants to move out to either attack or take a 3rd. Looks like he'll be taking a 3rd. My Zergling is going to be seeing that. And this might be a good time to take a 4th base, just because I see he has moved out into the 3rd. If I would make this an Overseer, I can see that he's just kind of staging a little area right here to just kind of hang out. And I should comfortably take my 3rd, or my 4th, but most of all, get my Hive. That's the most important thing, because there is a timing that Protoss have that they will attack before you hit the Broodlord stage, but they're pretty much maxed out. And it's a very dangerous timing, and we're actually going to see that this game. It's kind of the situation where you want to have a lot of spines, and you just want to have a really good concave prepared, because you can't really do anything until you have Broodlords against a maxed out Protoss army. Sometimes Infestors can work, but not all the time. And I actually remember wanting to turn this into a Hive, but not being able to because of the Queen training. Just cancel that fucking bitch and get another Hive! Or get another Queen somewhere else, that's what I meant to say. So my 3 bases are completely saturated, 79 to 63, looking pretty good. Now at this point, I either want to tech up super fast, which I've kind of already missed out on, or throw away this army and try to kill as much as I can, because I want to be maxed out way sooner than him. And like I said, you do not want to be stuck at 200 without Broodlords. So we can't see some Colossus about to come out. This would actually be a perfect timing. Need to start spending that Chrono boost. Kuja, come on, man, spend that Chrono. He's been spending it as natural. I guess he hasn't been spending it as his main. He's got his Nexus hotkey to 1. Chrono boosting something now, probably the Forge. No, he's chrono boosting out some Colossi, so maybe we'll see a Colossus timing. Hive now coming on the way, of course, timed with the Spire, because they take the exact same amount of time to complete. 100, 100. Just now taking a 4th base. This is a really, really late 4th base. There's really no reason it should have been this late. 1 Colossus out as well, several Immortals, and I really want to get something done with these roaches. I feel like it's so urgent that I get something done, because I maxed out and he's only at 126. I cannot let him get maxed out before I have Broodlords, so I'm going to be running at these roaches. I don't really have the best angle here. He's got plenty of force fields. He should be force fielding these roaches in. No, he's not going to get any force field. Off goes my alarm. no force fields going down, so that could have been a huge punish from him, just force fielding this entire ram, trapping my roaches and killing quite a few of them. Of course, it might have worked in my favor a little bit because I'd kill a couple of units in the process and I'd reset my food count, but I mean, you can see he's getting a dangerous army. He's getting closer to that 200 mark, and I'm just now starting my Greater Spire. This really needs to get some gas going. Once you hit a 4th base, you're going to have an urge to just like, oh, I'm going to make like 20 more drones to saturate this base. But no, you cannot do that. You can see I'm already at 80. If I made 20, that'd be a disaster. You just got to peel off a couple from here, peel off a couple from here, peel off a couple from here, which is what I did. You can see my saturation is a little bit less than ideal at this base. And stick them on the 4th base. Your minerals are going to be fine. Just worry about the gas. And do not make any more than 80. I'm at about 78, so my eye for harvesters has gotten a lot better. And it's really showing because I need to start these geysers though. It's really showing here because I've got decent saturation at every single base. My main base having the least amount of saturation, which is perfect because that means it's going to last for quite a while. So I am supplementing with some infestors, but again, I really need to get those broodlords out. And it looks like, oh boy, Kuja actually moving out. 150 army, not quite maxed out, but he's going to be sniping every single spine, and this is really the only defense I had against this army until my broodlords come, canceling those. I do have a couple infestors which may prove useful. I've got 4 infestors, maybe 5 infestors, but he's backing off. Kuja, no, you don't back off. You just stopped all my spines. I got those spines for a reason. I didn't get those spines because I have tons of broodlords ready to annihilate you. I got those spines because I need to hold out until I get broodlords. Protest players, you gotta recognize that. Spines means vulnerability. At this point in the game, you know, if it's like the 25-minute mark and I have 1,000 spines, yeah, that's just me freeing up food because I have tons of money. But at the 16-minute mark, man, I'm not going to have that many broodlords. So I kind of lucked out right there. He probably would have steamrolled through me. It would have been really, really messy. I probably would have had to just kill what I could with roaches and then remaxed on roaches just because I can't get broodlords in time. As you can see here, those 7 broodlords on the way. Some nice creep spread. I have to say, man, I'm really proud of my creep spread this game. It's been going all over the place. Even when he destroyed it with the observers, you can see this little bitch right here, man. She's going crazy all over the place. Second evolution chamber on the way, and now starting my melee upgrades for the sake of my broodlings. And a second spire as well to go double on my air upgrades. Come on, site, you gotta be expanding. You're gonna have so many extra minerals. You gotta be on more than 4 base after this. This creep tumor is actually in the way, but hopefully that'll go down eventually. I'll kill that eventually. Now moving out a little bit, observer here. Always keep an overseer with your army to prevent these observers from just totally wrecking your world. And here come the broodlords. Are we seeing a mothership? We are seeing one being trained. Looks like it's at the 3rd base. It's a smart place to train it. He should be chrono boosting. There we go. Smart place to train it because it's closest to where a battle might occur. Now these broodlords going to be raining down on this nexus. And man, it feels so good for once to be able to use the high ground to your advantage as opposed to being colossi or tanked or something like that, because he'd have to blink up here to do damage to the broodlords, and I'm really glad that he can't really, because I'll just have all my units up there. I've got creep, I've got infestors, and so on. So able to deny that 4th, and looks like I'm finally taking a 5th. Am I going to be taking this base? No, I am taking this base, as well as getting the gold base. So I'm taking a 5th and a 6th. About damn time. Is my spire complete? Yes, my spire is complete. Starting my armor upgrade. And Kuja still working on getting maxed out. A couple Archons. Probably waiting for that mothership so he can try to do an Archon toilet with some Psionic Storm. So he's got a little bit of everything this game. 5 infestors still just hanging out. Only 7 broodlords. And part of this is because I've got so many damn roaches. I don't think I need 45 roaches. My drone count's at 54 now. And this is intentional. Notice I'm making tons of spines here. Some spines here. Making tons of spines here. This is intentional. While, you know, my economy might not be able to keep up after I remax, it's going to allow my army to be a lot bigger, so I have a better chance of actually winning the fight, which makes it so you don't really necessarily need to remax. Now he's going to be taking the high ground with these colossi. It's only 2-1 on the upgrades. At this point in the game, you should be probably double forging and going crazy on the chrono boost with those upgrades. I'm just going to have to sack this hatchery. He's doing the same I did to him, and just try to fly him with these broodlords. He is cloaked, however, and I'm just now seeing that he's got that mothership cloaking everything. So I'm going to be producing a lot of overseers. There's 1 overseer. Are we going to see any more overseers? Nope, just 1 overseer. And still a lot of creep going all over the map. I've still got some live tumors here, even have one here somehow. He's going to be taking down a couple spines at this location. And actually, I sent off 5 roaches. I branched off to the left to take out this nexus over here. So still kind of a quiet game. I finally destroyed that creep tumor, so that's how I was able to throw down that hatchery. And this guy's just kind of hanging out right here. Kuja still not really sure what to do. Still hasn't spotted this base on the east, and this is giving me tons of gas, so that's really good. It's not often you say things that give you tons of gas are good, but that one definitely is. Neural Parasite on the way as well. Hopefully I can steal that mothership. Maybe throw down a vortex of my own, cloak my own unit, something like that. 3 more Archons. This guy is really looking for that Archon toilet, and yeah, at this point in the game, it's like no one can really do anything without taking a huge risk. So it's just kind of a stalemate right now. It's hard to say whose army is better. It really depends on how well he storms, how well he vortexes, and just the positioning, I guess, if I'm able to narrow Parasite and stuff like that. So he is kind of closing in on my force right here. I've only got a couple spines supporting me, but remember, if we check out the army tab, what's the army tab anyway? If we check out the army supply, I'm actually beating him, which is really rare for a Protoss versus Zerg. So here we go, trying to do some attack moving with my Broodlords, killing a couple Stalkers actually. My Broodlords are 1-1, my Roaches are 2-2, my Broodlings are 2-2 as well. And here we go, getting some Fungals, getting a Neural Parasite, but he quickly kills the Infestor that was Neural Parasiting. And it's hard to say who's ahead in this battle. His units aren't even cloaked. There we go, now they're cloaked. I don't know why they weren't cloaked for a little bit. I guess I had them Neural Parasited. These Broodlords might need to run into the Vortex, but they've got to be careful. Oh, when they come out, the Archons are going to do so much damage. These Infestors need to fungal growth. I've got so many Broodlords still overhead, though, spreading some of them out. These guys need to start attacking now. This Queen finally going down after laying so many damn tumors. 5 Broodlords remaining and no Roaches, but it looks like his anti-air is about to fall. He just didn't have enough Stalkers. I'm working on remaxing 30 Lings, 17 Roaches, 10 Corruptors. He's working on remaxing as well. 13 High Templar. Corruptors coming out immediately. Looks like they will be able to finish off that mothership. And he's going to be making a lot more Archons, I presume. So that mothership does go down. And after the remax, look at my money. And that's because I only have 50 drones. I wanted a bigger army. And if I didn't have that big of an army, I might have actually lost that battle. But still, he's going to be running off a 4th base. It's nicely protected against any tiny skirmishes. This one pylon's a bit vulnerable. But winning a battle like that as a Zerg does feel good, especially when you're able to max out after it. So he's sitting at 120, 6,000 minerals. Oh my goodness, Kuja! What have you done, Kuja? No, you crazy, crazy bastard. You need more zealots. Make some zealots. If you're not making anything that's not good, at least make some goddamn zealots. 6,000 minerals. Oh my lord. That's absurd. I gotta check all these geysers. He made so many Archons, man. He's still got 4 on that geyser right there. Not even running on any gas here. He's got 6 on 1 geyser. Oh, man. He's kind of choking a little bit here. But, I don't know what these zealots are doing. Has he scouted my base? No, these zealots are just kind of doing whatever. They are going to get fungled here. Go down with these. And, you know, he is kind of getting to that remaxing point, which is a mistake on my part. I should have been more aggressive immediately after remaxing, but I've got a pretty nice army here. I've got upgrades just coming and coming. I'm actually 3-3 or 2-2 on my air, which is phenomenal. My Roaches are 2-3, my Broodlings are 3-3, and he's going to be moving in once again. I'm actually going to be able to Neural Parasite 4 units, including a Stalker, and he's actually going the route of the Broodlords as opposed to the route of the Infestors. So these Archons and are actually able to do quite a bit of damage. Tried to blink back, 3 of them getting caught up on that hill. Some Infested Terrans coming to help out, but aren't really needed. And this is kind of the cool part about having Corruptors in your army. They're going to be sniping all of your Broodlords, but they're not really going to worry about Corruptors because they have a lot more money, or a lot more life. Not more life. They have more armor. They actually have less life. They have more armor, and they have less cost invested in them. Corruptors cost 150 less than Broodlords. And I don't have any energy to fungal growth that War Prism, unfortunately. So when they leave your Corruptors alive, hopefully by the time they kill your Broodlords, you've won the battle, and then you can just morph your Corruptors and then just move in. So kind of cool, bringing a couple Corruptors along when you can afford it. Obviously, Roaches are a lot cheaper in the early game than Corruptors. And here comes the Warp in, taking down the drones at this base that are just mining some gas. They're just innocently trying to mine gas, but he's going to be taking them out. This base still running off of gas only, and oops, wrong button. off of gas only, and I'm sitting at 47 harvesters. Now at this point in the game, I might want to consider getting some more drones, and that's exactly what I'm doing since I'm so low on minerals. I've got tons of bases to choose from. Looks like I'm rallying most of my workers to the bottom right base, which isn't a bad move because it's a really roundabout path for him to go there, and he has to move on creep, so never bad. It's never a bad thing to force your opponent to move on creep. Kind of a silly warping right here. He's trying to spend some of his minerals, and I applaud him for that. But, oh, the queen getting the burrow off at the last second. Pro queen getting that burrow off. That was just some good shit right there. I applaud him for that, but he really needed to find a way to spend those minerals to even out that mineral score a lot earlier, because having 6k minerals floated is never a good thing. You know, take another Nexus really fast and cannon it up, or make your Zealot skirmishes happen a lot earlier in the game, something like that. But anyway, if we check out the units tab, 31 Stalkers, 3 Eye Templar, and 1 Mothership against 41 Roaches, some Corruptors, some Infestors, and of course 8 Broodlords. So once a Zerg player catches up in upgrades, which is what I've done right now, I'm 3-2, 3-2, and 3-3 on my Broodlings. It's really tough to beat it with any composition. You've really got to get a super good Vortex Archon toilets. He actually did get another War Prism, warp in and destroy this base, so that's a nice little victory for him. But he is only at 168. If we check out the army tab again, I've got 149 to his 121. I am trying to get my worker count up a little bit, but I am maxed out once again. Here we go. Am I going to get a Neuroparasite? Oh, I am going to get a Fungal. Nice pickup right there, man. That's, what, 18 supply? Right there, I just destroyed, and he's trying to get out of there. I do have 4 Overseers with my army. Oh, and then Neuroparasite. Mothership is so slow. If you don't engage against an army with the Mothership, it will go down because it flees much slower than the rest of the units. So it's kind of a pretty risky investment, I suppose. But here we go. This might be the final battle. Needs to see some feedbacks on those Infestors. No, he's going for Storm instead. These Broodlords need to be firing to the left, but instead they're firing to the right. I wish I knew how to enter cinematics mode, because I would right now. Some Infested Terrans going down. These Corruptors need to get into the back and be ready to morph into Broodlords. These guys should become Broodlords. There we go. 3 Broodlords on the way. 6 Broodlords on the way. Takes 34 seconds to complete. That's not long at all. So they will be joining the battle shortly. 18 more Roaches as well. Still almost maxed out. So much gas. So much excess gas. And that's because, of course, I've been making so many spines and cutting drones to make my army bigger. It looks like this just might be it. Forced to blink up onto the high ground. These Broodlings, man, they're so strong. They attack faster than Lings with adrenal glands, I believe. I have to check that. No, they attack a little bit. Wait, maybe they do. 51. I don't know. I think Lings with adrenal glands attack 59, and these guys attack 65. So, yeah, they do attack slightly slower, but a little bit faster than normal Lings. These Zealots are trying to run around and get some damage done, but it looks like that's going to be it. Kuja GGing. So, hope you guys learned a little bit about this game, and this is the astonishing part. Everything he did there, all those armies I killed, was on 3 base. Now, he did have this 4th base for a while, but look at the mineral patches. Each of them are missing about 120. This one's actually missing a little bit more, 250. But he barely mined anything off of that base, and he was able to do that all off of 3 base. So he's now missing all of his minerals, but that's because of all the Zealot skirmishes he did. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this game. I think he could have killed me right here when he backed off after killing all my spines after forcing them all to cancel. But other than that, I think I played somewhat well. I need to expand a lot faster and sacrifice my army earlier. But anyway, that's going to be it. I bet you guys thought I was going to lose because I was talking about losing, but that stuff still, I still mean everything I said. If I post a loss, it might have some BM with it, and I hope you guys don't mind. So that's going to be it. Love you long time, and haven't done that in a while. Penis.